I had written him a letter, which I had, for want of better knowledge, sent to where I'd met him down the Lachlan years ago. He was shearing when I knew him, so I sent the letter to him just on spec, addressed as follows: Clancy of the Overflow. And an answer came directed and a writing unexpected, and I think the same was written with a thumbnail dipped in tar. 'Twas his shearing mate who wrote it, and verbatim I will quote it. Clancy's gone to Queensland drovin', and we don't know where he are. In my wild erratic fancy, visions come to me of Clancy gone a-droving down the Cooper, where the western drovers go. With the cattle slowly stringing, Clancy rides behind them singing, for the drover's life has pleasures that the townsfolk never know. And the bush has friends to greet him, and their kindly voices meet him in the murmur of the gum trees and the river on its bars, and he sees the vision splendid of the sunlit plains extended, and at night the wondrous glory of the everlasting stars. I am sitting in my dingy little office, where a stingy ray of sunlight struggles feebly down between the houses tall, and the fetid air and gritty of the dusty, dirty city through the open window floating spreads its foulness over all. And in place of lowing cattle, I can hear the fiendish rattle of the tramways and the buses making hurry down the street, and the language uninviting of the gutter children fighting comes fitfully and faintly through the ceaseless tramp of feet. And the hurrying people daunt me, and their pallid faces haunt me as they shoulder one another in their rush and nervous haste, with their eager eyes and greedy, and their stunted forms and weedy. For the townsfolk have no time to grow, they have no time to waste. And I somehow rather fancy that I'd like to change with Clancy, like to take a turn at droving where the seasons come and go, while he faced the round eternal of the cash book and the journal. But I doubt he'd suit the office, Clancy of the Overflow.
There's a trade you all know well, it's bringing the cattle over. Now listen while I tell to you how I became a drover. I wanted stock for Queensland, to Kempsey I did wander, bought 1,000 cattle there and then turned overlander. Pass the bottle round, boys, don't you leave it stand there, for tonight we'll drink the health of every overlander. When the cattle were counted and the outfit ready to start, I saw the boys all gathered there with their swags thrown in the cart. All kinds of men I had, two from France and Spain and Flanders, lawyers, doctors, good and bad, in the mob of overlanders. Pass the bottle round, boys, don't you leave it stand there, for tonight we'll drink the health of every overlander. And from the track I then spread out where the grass was green and young, when the squatter with a curse and shout told me to move along. I said, come draw it, my old man, and don't you raise me dander, for I'm a regular known card of Queensland overlander. Pass the bottle round, boys, don't you leave it stand there, for tonight we'll drink the health of every overlander. 'Tis true we pay no licence, our run is rather large, 'tis not often they can catch us, though they cannot make a charge. They say we live on store beef, but no, I'm not a gander. If a good fat straggler joins the mob, he does the overlander. Pass the bottle round, boys, and let's not leave it stand there, for tonight we'll drink the health of every overlander. And if our horses get knocked up, of course we turn them free, and then a cove won't walk in over sweater he can see. Stray workers too we bone, I say it is no slander to say there's many a clever trick pulled by an overlander. Pass the bottle round, boys, don't you leave it stand there, for tonight we'll drink the health of every overlander. I would scorn to prig a shirt, all me mates can say, but if we pass a township upon a washing day, the dirty brats of kids would shout and quickly raise me dander, crying, mother dear, take in your clothes, here comes the overlander. So pass the bottle round, boys, and don't you leave it stand there, for tonight we'll drink the health of every overlander. In town we dress ourselves up and we go and see a play. We never think of being hard up or how to spend a day. We stare up to the pretty girls that dress themselves in grandeur, and while they sweat our checks they swear they love the overlander. Pass the bottle round, boys, don't you leave it stand there, for tonight we'll drink the health of every overlander. Pass the bottle round, boys, don't you leave it stand there, for tonight we'll drink the health of every overlander.